Hello, Didisi. Can you hear me okay? Awesome. I can't hear you though.
There,
There, now I can hear you.
yeah. The hardware mic mute is my enemy.
Yeah, I have the same problem. I've got multiple mute buttons and they all have to be in sync.
Andrea.
Hello, Andrea.
Hello. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good, thanks. Great.
I'm going to post the link to our notes in the chat just for ease. Just make sure to remember to add your names for attendance. Great to see you. Andrea, I haven't seen you in a while, so this is awesome. Well, I've seen you in other places.
Yeah.
It's not at this meeting. You're a busy person.
Yeah, unfortunately, I got a couple of internal meetings now that give me like a permanent conflict with this. But they were canceled today, so I'm able to join.
Yay. Oh, good. Okay.
But
yeah, my mornings are usually meetings as well. I mean, it's a time zone thing, right? Like that's the only time that works for everyone to be there. All right, so don't have a ton on the agenda today. In the last meeting, we did discuss, future roadmap plans, what our mission is. Didisi and I met a little bit prior to that just to discuss it. We also discussed, getting more engagement in this group again. We brought this up at the TOC as well. And conversations that happened between now and then. I skipped the important one. Let's hold that for a moment. We did nominate Didisi to be co-chair for this group last time around, and we put it out on the mailing list. I didn't see any other nominations come in. So I think we can go ahead and do a vote today with the three of us and make that announcement and go ahead and get the site updated with Didisi's name and stuff and announce it on the mailing list. So thoughts?
Yeah, that works for me.
Okay. Well, congratulations.
Unless Andrea is like, no, absolutely not that guy.
Exactly.
I was waiting for it too. It's like, anybody but him.
I just wanted to say, oh, I'm really glad about this. So.
Well, good to have you, Didisi. I'm looking forward to working with you to get this group back in shape and get more folks involved and stuff. So I will do that. I'll go ahead and announce it on Slack and get the update in. Okay, so now moving on to the next item. So our interoperability mission and roadmap. We had lots of ideas last time. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so you can see what I'm looking at. Okay, so in our last meeting, we talked about reintroducing the interoperability SIG, and then continuing work on the white paper and bringing in items like visualization, metrics, platform engineering, and a conversation I had with Fatih a few days ago, because there's another SIG out there, the software supply chain SIG, that we're trying to reinvigorate as well. He was wondering if it might make sense to bring that back under interoperability. I think that's still, I don't know what you two think about that, or if it's still worthy as its own separate SIG, but we'll continue to have conversations about that. Another idea that Fatih brought to my attention was we had this reference architecture that we had been talking about and thinking about, and that would be something else that we could bring under the interoperability SIG and start looking at that. There was a gentleman with NGINX who was really interested in becoming involved in that. Unfortunately, he couldn't make this meeting today, but normally Thursdays are great for him, so he should be able to help us with that work if we want to do that under this SIG. I think it's a great idea, worthy of attention. So yeah, I let him know of our plans about taking a vacation for next month. I'll be out for a good part of next month as well. And then, restarting this SIG August 3rd. Letting everyone know where we're at by then. So was there anything else that came up for you in the last couple of weeks to DC?
No, I was actually out one of the last couple of weeks. I did see the Slack conversation that you had with I was just curious what was in the reference architecture so far, and if that had anything concrete, or is it just the conversation of what that looks like?
Just the conversation. It's at the very beginning.
Okay. All right.
And
so then it makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Okay.
And as far as for the supply chain SIG,
Mm-hmm.
what was that? What is it? What was the focus? What problem was it trying to solve? Just the normal questions, I guess, around that. And yeah.
So that history on that one, it was started by Fatih. There were a lot of folks involved at the very beginning of that SIG. But then participation dropped off significantly. I think they still have meetings on the calendar, but I don't know that anyone's going. I think the last one was, I don't know, maybe in March or something. So that's a completely different SIG we need to figure out what to do with. And just one of the ideas was maybe bringing that under here. The attestation stuff that CD Events is talking about. I mean, I feel like that is appropriate for that SIG, but I mean, it's covered in, it's being discussed in CD Events. So not really sure what to do with that one. We might need to sit on that for a little bit. I know the leaders of the SIG mentioned that the direction kind of went in a way they were no longer interested in. So that's, one of the reasons their participation dropped off. So I guess a work to do there is maybe just go back and look at some of the videos for the meetings, because I'm sure there are still folks that are wanting to be involved. It's just, it was a difficult time of year, I think, for everyone. So
it's been an odd year.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I know lots of reprioritization of work and effort for a lot of folks. So yeah, that's still up in the air.
So for the, oh, sorry, that is
no, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, since we have less people involved, I guess both in the supply chain SIG as well as in this one, I think it would make sense to try and and focus our resources in getting people involved in one SIG, at least to start with. And then, yeah, kind of put the supply chain as a second priority. That would be my, I mean, if we can start discussing, if we can get people discussing in this SIG, and we see that there are topics that come up that could warrant a separate group, working group or SIG, then maybe we can move those to the supply chain. If it makes sense.
That totally makes sense.
I think that's.
Okay, we talked a lot about, relaunching August 3rd and things we'd like to do before then, but we didn't really settle exactly what we're going to do before then. I kind of would like to have a to-do list so that we have something ready for everyone interested, and some, push in marketing, push in social media, that kind of stuff to get people's attention again. So that was the last thing that I really wanted to talk about today, and then I'll leave it open to you two if you have anything else. So in the past, some of the ideas were writing a new blog.
So I've dedicated the next 2 days literally on my calendar are just working on CDF stuff.
Okay.
So yeah, so I am gonna focus on writing for the next couple of days. We'll see how that turns out, if I can finish some of the stuff that I had started. And I think the goal that we had set of trying to have, new blog posts, really a clear mission statement, those are the things that I'm planning, like I'm sitting here focusing on. So all I can do is like do the stuff, post it back in our, is it the group chat that placed the SIG interoperability? That's the place to post, right? And say, hey guys, take a look at this.
Yes.
And then we can, do that. I think I had established those things that we wanted to do, and those are still the same thing. I think to Andrea's point, the, bringing things in and having a place to discuss it and where that fits overall is how I saw the interoperability SIG is like the place where ideas might start and then be launched someplace else as we talk about how to incorporate them into the CDF. I think that's a good message to also have like as a part of the mission statement, so that's really, really clear when we talk about what our goals are, and at least to give that back to Fatih and say, is this in line with what you're thinking and how you want to see this group go and do. That is my thought. My other thought and thing that I want to understand is like, as a co-chair, like I see Melissa, you doing so much stuff to kind of keep everything like going, and like what of those responsibilities do you want to shift? But that's a conversation, of course, we can take offline. But also we're about to take a break, and so it's like, oh well,
Right.
we're like waiting to do this, or like like how do we want to approach that workload? And I am like you, like I need things to put on my calendar, like you need to get this done,
Right.
so that things are getting done. So I still have that list, but like I said, the last one around I was about to go on vacation, and and now that I'm back, it's like, yeah, just getting cleaned up and just getting back to work. So I don't know if that added anything to the conversation or it was just like more noise. But yeah, I agree with you. We need a list of things that we wanted to get done. I think the things that we are already set, we just need to split it up and start doing it,
Okay. So what I imagine is, yeah, it feels weird to start momentum and then drop off for a month. So what I'm thinking is there's going to be a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. We can communicate in the Slack channel, of course. I know we have a lot of DMs between you and I and Fatih and stuff. I think we should start moving that into the group chat so everyone's aware of what we're doing and what we're working on.
Mhm.
And even if we don't meet next month, I think there's still stuff, we can do asynchronously.
Yes.
You said you had the next couple of days free. Would you like to meet with me just so I can talk to you
Sure.
about like what we do and where things are and what needs updated and all of
Yeah,
that?
no, definitely.
Awesome.
My Friday is super clear, which is weird. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, you're in Denver, right?
Yes.
Okay. And I have no idea how that works out to Pacific time. I'm 100% American. The only thing that matters is where I am right now. Yeah, other than a 9:30 Pacific meeting that goes for half an hour, my Friday is technically really clear.
Okay, cool. I'll send you an invite and we can move it around as needed
Okay.
because my Friday's pretty open as well. So we can get some stuff done. Yay. Okay, what else? Oh, the call for papers for KubeCon is about to close. I'm wondering if we ought to try and get anything submitted around interoperability, what we're working on. Is that something you would be interested in, DC, and Andrea, I don't know if you have plans to come back to this side of the world for KubeCon.
I made a submission yesterday about city events.
Okay.
It's similar to this to what I presented at CityCon in Vancouver, basically.
Awesome.
So the idea is to talk about interoperability between through city events and kind of adoptions that we have today and what we've been doing in that area.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's very city event specific. But yeah, I mean, city events is about interoperability. So if my talk is selected, I plan on visiting Chicago, but otherwise, I'm not sure. Let's see how it goes.
All right.
Did you have any specific idea in mind, Melissa, about things that we could submit in the interoperability area, or?
No, I actually just thought of it yesterday. I was doing my own submissions just for my own stuff and thought, maybe this would be something we should think about, brainstorm on, use this time to do that. And I don't want to duplicate, or talk about the same things you're talking about, Andrea, because we don't want to stomp on that at all. And, as far as like setting up a panel discussion, I mean, when you fill those things out, we kind of need to have people, in line and agreed to do it. So we're a little late getting that together. So I don't know, DC, would you be interested in co-speaking?
Always, but I agree with your point. I think if it's about to end soon, it would be kind of tough to kind of figure out and put something together that sounded, like it wasn't going to be a repeat of what might be in the city events talk, but it's also not necessarily a bad thing. I've seen companies and organizations have two different people speaking, and it's like, wow, that sounded a lot what that other guy said. So I don't think that's a bad thing at all.
Okay. Well, I'll keep thinking about it. I'm in abstract writing mode right now, so yeah, I can post any ideas to the Slack channel too between now and Sunday, of course. And then maybe when we meet tomorrow too, we can go over a few ideas.
Okay. Do you want to take just I would, of course, like to kind of get, like I said, I was going to take a stab at what a mission statement is, but like while you guys are both here, it would help me at least to hear what this group is, in your opinion, or what it was for originally. I know this SIG is where at least the way that it was explained to me, like the original conversations about, hey, how do we do CD events started? And then that became its own SIG. Is that accurate, or am I
Well, there was discussion about events. Events became its own SIG, and then that grew into the CD events project.
exactly? Okay, awesome. That
So
is
this group is, other items of operability or other ideas
yes.
that would help.
So the concept of like brainstorming, a group to like brainstorm and kind of plot, additions and directions in interoperability to call out spaces that are missing, or needs. That's what I see the interoperability SIG as, is like the people who are thinking about, okay, what's next? Or if this other piece works, how does it fit together in the bigger plan? Is that also in line with everybody's thoughts for this SIG, or? All right.
Yeah.
I think so.
All right, cool. Then I'm thinking of it correctly. I just didn't want to go off and be like, that easy's doing stuff again. So okay, cool. If this is what that's supposed to be, I think I'm pretty set then. All right, cool.
All right. Yeah. And reach out at any time too, if you need
Okay.
help with anything or just need an extra set of eyes.
Yeah.
Post to the channel or DM or whatever you need. We are here.
All right, awesome. Yeah, that's pretty much everything that I needed. And
Right. Just by chance, Andrea, did you happen to submit to China at all? Either? Realized that
No.
CFP was closing the 18th as well.
No, I didn't plan to submit that one.
I don't know if I know of anyone going on my side either, but it would be interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I might have skipped it because it's 26th to the 28th of September. Yeah, we're going to have guests at home, and it's also my son's birthday, so I didn't plan to be traveling on those dates. So I don't know if there is any virtual attendance, a virtual presentation option for that one. Do you know?
I don't know. I don't know. I was gonna take some time to look at it, just to see. I've never been to that one, so I don't know what it's like, and I don't know that my company's sponsoring it, so I don't think we've been there before. So yeah, open-ended questions about that one.
That's on the 18th as well. Wow. There's okay, no, there is everything is in 2 languages. I'm just going through the website and trying to see if there is anything about virtual or remote. I don't see anything. But I'd be open to submit if there was like a virtual attendee option. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'll check it out. I mean, I could do the same submission that I did to this one. Yeah. All right.
I might do that too.
I mean, in terms of Chicago, I think it's going to happen in November, right? So
Yes.
there is a little bit of time between August and November. But yeah, I don't know if it's enough time to build something that we could present there. I mean, if you were to say, okay, yeah, we really want to say, okay, let's do the reference architecture. So we're going to bring a lot of people in and focus 100% on that, and then we can make a submission and say, okay, yeah, this is what we've done on the reference architecture. But
Well, that's a good
I don't
idea.
know. Yes, I
Commitment.
I feel slightly uncomfortable about making a submission with starting from close to zero at this point.
Right.
Yeah, I would want to know that we has had some interesting results or experiences already, so that we say, oh yeah, we have something nice to present, and we need to finish it off until November. But yeah, that's the only thing that came to mind, is maybe some cool topic, because there is the app delivery tag in CNCF. There you have all the GitOps tools like Argo, Flux. So this kind of topic is relevant for people that is interested in those projects and those groups as well. So
that is a really good idea. And we don't necessarily have to have it finished. We can talk about, the journey. I mean, it may be an opportunity to get some more people involved as well, if we're not done yet, or there's more to do. I'm going to think about that one.
sure.
All right. I have a meeting tomorrow, actually, with a couple folks about reference architecture work. And it initially was just going to be Fatih and the Nginx person, his name's Damien, that would be interested in helping with it, just to get everyone up to speed. I don't know if Dadisi, if you'd be interested in joining that meeting, or you, Andrea. If you are, I can add you to the invite. Otherwise, we will report back what we discussed. It's mainly just a level set of where we are and what the goals would be for that. And then Damien will be available in the next meetings as well when we relaunch, to talk about that during the meeting and stuff.
Yeah, it sounds like something that you guys have, and I'm more happy to attend if you want me to, but just as happy to let you handle it. If you guys it sounds like you guys are comfortable. So
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what time would that be?
No, I am waiting on Fatih because I wasn't sure of his availability. So I can get back to you right after.
Yeah,
this.
no worries. I mean, if you
He's not
want to,
online at the moment.
yeah, if you want me to CC me on the invite, I could
Absolutely.
try, and if I'm available, I'll join. Otherwise, I'll
same.
follow up on the notes.
Okay. Awesome. Okay, cool. We might even be able to get out of that meeting with a submission idea as well. All right, I'm pinging Fatih just to see what his availability is, and I'll get that set up. Okay, well, that's all I had for today. I can give you some time back if there's nothing else we need to discuss. Again, keep our conversation going in the Slack channel so everyone else is aware what we're doing and what our plans are. I did put an action item for myself to go ahead and email the group just to at least let everyone know that we will be breaking here for a bit and then relaunching August 3rd. And then between now and then, we'll get our agenda established for August 3rd and get some of these ideas that we had talked about last meeting done, reintroducing the group and things like that. Okay. Have an awesome rest of your day, folks. And I'm looking forward to meeting you all again, either August 3rd or wherever the fates decide.
All right.
Thanks, Melissa. Have a great day too.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, Tadizing.